Buck Levasseur showed us the Upper Peninsula for over 30 years. It's time for a look back. It's time for rediscovering.
47 pounds, 3 ounces. 47 pounds, 3 ounces.
That's what I thought. That was
It's fun. I'll tell you what, you call a coyote and you shoot this coyote, you're going to forget about a 12-point buck, because these are more of a trophy. These are really exciting. They're heart pounders. I give seminars on coyote calling every now and then, a couple times a year, and I stress that in there. It's just something else. You get that big dog coming in at you, be it night or daytime, you're going to be excited.
The third annual UP Predator Challenge was held this past weekend, and hunters responded with a record year and a few firsts. Well, up next on Discovering, we'll see what was brought in, and we'll meet this year's winners. In addition,
yeah, we're going to have a demonstration/protest at the DNR meeting on campus of Northern Michigan on Tuesday evening at from 6 to 8 o'clock is the protest, and it's just showing that we're not going along with the same old stuff again this year as we have for the past 20. We want a change, and we're more or less demanding a change.
like many hunters, Ray Buck Johnson of Ishpeming is dissatisfied with current deer management practices and is speaking out. Later, we'll hear from Buck in his own words. So stick around. This and more is up next on Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone. Forest thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak. Surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields. Call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill. The eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
Rediscovering is brought to you in part by 906 Outdoors Cooking Wild Seasonings. Make it fresh, make it yours. Get yours today at cookingwildseasonings.com.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Discovering. Well, you know, it was 3 years ago this winter that a new recreation started here in the Upper Peninsula. It was started by the West Branch Sportsman's Club of Scandia. It was called the UP Predator Challenge. And this past weekend, the challenge was held. And for the third annual event, it was the biggest and best ever.
Put him up facing that tree, though, so he's looking at us.
Predator hunting is one of the fastest growing forms of hunting in the nation. Perhaps because coyote and fox, and in some cases bobcat, are everywhere, affecting the populations of traditional game species. The challenge of calling in the wily coyote is demanding. They're smart, and their senses are extremely keen. Sometimes it takes being in the right place at the right time to be successful. And believe me, I've been out on at least 10 occasions with the camera in recent years with some of the best callers around, and still have yet to score video of a successful hunt. Well, in order to show you how quick and tenacious the coyote is, I found some old film in my library of a coyote chasing a rabbit. Which leads us to the third annual UP Predator Challenge, put on by the good folks at the West Branch Sportsman's Club of Scandia. This year's hunt attracted 183 hunters. Not bad for only in its third year. Now, the event lasts from Thursday evening through Sunday at 2 o'clock. And needless to say, things were hopping there Sunday at the clubhouse on Engman Lake Road.
The scale battery went goofy there. So the 5 heaviest coyotes we got, we'll bring them up one at a time and weigh them. 47 pounds, 3 ounces. 47 pounds, 3 ounces.
That's what I thought. That was
Rocks in that belly. There'll be rocks in that belly.
How many rocks are in that belly?
Well, that's a big coyote. That is definitely the biggest.
Yeah, I thought that was awful heavy when it got.
He gets extra points for that.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's. Go, Alex. Go, Alex. Go, Alex.
Go, boy, pull.
That 47-pounder was taken by Charlie and Chuck Johnson of Newberry. Now each coyote is worth 25 points, fox 20 points, and bobcat 30 points. The team of Johnson & Johnson brought in a record 7 coyotes for a record score of 175 points.
So guys, you came a long ways. You came all the way from Newberry, but you were hunting in Lewis County.
Yep.
And boy, you brought in a heck of a score. Tell me about it.
Well, basically, just we've been doing this for quite a while, and just I guess hunting over bait. I got 5 of them. My dad got 2. He got the mother load though. He got the big guy. What was it? 47 pounds, and. Basically, I think we've got more coyotes in Newberry than we do deer.
Well, you were saying, Charlie, that you hunted many a day for deer.
I hunted 15 days out of my blind and never saw one single deer, and I hunted 2 days out of my blind and saw 5 coyotes, and one was 47 pounds. That tells me something's wrong with our deer herd. Very wrong.
Yep.
You bet. You bet.
Yeah.
So.
But nothing special on these, and no big calling or no exciting moments, or.
I just had to stop one. He kept on hauling, and I just 250 yards. I gave him a little chirp, and he stopped and gave me a shot, and that's that, I guess.
Yeah.
My 47 pounder I shot on the other side of the Pomenon River, and I had to snowshoe across the ice. It was so thin, and then I had to tie a rope on him, snowshoe back across, and drag the coyote across the thin ice, because him and I weren't going to come back together. I had snowshoes, I had a life jacket, and a big pole in case I fell through, but I wanted them.
I guess so. Now, what were you shooting, Chuck?
22 mag, and then the last one that I shot at 250, I shot with a 243. So I seen him way off in the distance. It was this morning, and let him have the big gun.
Yeah. Now, is this something that you've taken up in recent years?
We've done it, since 99?
Yeah.
I think we've done it since 99. I think last 2 years, I've got over 46 coyotes. Was it?
He shot, 2 years ago, he shot 26 coyotes. Last year he shot 60, and this year he got the 5, and by spring you'll have a lot more.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me that this doesn't even put a dent in that population.
No,
not a bit.
After all them coyotes that he shot in the last 2 years,
we still got these.
and we're within the city, almost in the city limits of Newberry.
Yep.
There was another first this year, a Grand Slam, brought in by the team of Dwayne Lovelace and Adam Sherman. What's a Grand Slam? Well, it was 1 coyote, 1 red fox, 1 silver fox, and a bobcat.
This is like I said, this was a shock to us this morning. We knew that, yesterday we had a coyote, a fox, and a bobcat, and then this morning we got out early, and right at daylight the gray fox came in, and we put him down with 1 shot, and to our amazement we had a Grand Slam. It was just something that we didn't expect, but it happened, and I can't be happier.
Well, you guys have been in this all 3 years, and that's the first animals you brought in.
That's right. It goes to show you how a beginner can sometimes, get lucky. Well, I wouldn't call ourselves anywhere near experts or anything like that, but we sure gave her hell, and we did a good job. It looks like. So
yeah, we're holding.
We'll be here next year.
So we'll be here next year. We got a different strategy for next year, so we'll repeat what we did this year. Hopefully, we got a fox hot spot and a cat one too. There's more cats there. So.
There's a lot of predator sign out in the woods there, Buck. I've seen more predator sign out there than deer sign, which is a real concern to me. Which is the reason I started predator hunting in the first place. I was really concerned the deer in my area up there along the Marquette-Baraga County line, and every year I've seen less and less deer. And I have to say, I think the predators are responsible for that. So I took up predator hunting, and we're finally starting to be successful at it, and I'm really coming to enjoy it. So you'll see us next year for sure.
183 hunters out there this year. We didn't think we'd have that many people. There was other hunts going on, and they've really come back. So we're really appreciated. Those hunters are out here. They saved a lot of fawns. A lot of fawns and small game and songbirds. Right here proves it. Yeah.
It's not over yet. We got another hour.
Yeah, we got another hour to check in. The Loescher boys ain't here yet. Brian Loescher, they got a couple that have been reported, so we're kind of expecting them to end up with a bunch. There's one, Johnson & Johnson, they've got 7 coyotes. The team of Johnson & Johnson, and they're all nice coyotes, really nice coyotes. I think they're from Newberry area.
So you're a man of knowing all about this coyote hunt. What the heck? We were talking maybe an early season, then it might not be good, but
yeah,
man.
Yeah, we were figuring some of the guys wanted a little later, but we had it this weekend, and kind of the moon would be up a little bit. And a lot of guys like to hunt at night, which is the best time actually to call coyotes in, because they're out at night and they're a little bit easier. But you need a little bit of the moon to see them when they come up close, and it's mostly shotgun hunting at night, so you need them close. So that's why we had it a little earlier this year. At first we thought, oh boy, we got it too soon after the holidays and that. But the coyotes are hungry, they're out there, and the guys are making some good kills.
All right, that's what it's all about. Hey?
That's what we started this for, to help the critters out that we take. It helps everything. It helps the fawn crop in the spring. It helps the songbirds. It helps our ruffled grouse. It helps the rabbit population. Every one of these guys, and these big ones, 40-pounders, 30-pounders, or whatever, they've got to eat. Every couple of days they got to eat something, and that's what they get. They don't live on mice alone like some people think.
Last year's winners, Trevor and Mark Kilpala of Houghton, brought in only 2 this year, but one of them weighed over 42 pounds.
42 pounds, 2 ounces. 42.
Yeah, that's a big one, yeah. I figured it was pretty big, but not that big. I told maybe 37, but...
You're eating good up there, huh?
Yeah, that one was.
By the way you came in, you could tell.
Yeah, he wasn't hungry. He was just curious.
Stars by the big ones.
Well, it was quite an outdoor event as lots of folks showed up just to see the results. The final total for this year's UP Predator Challenge was 32 coyotes, 6 fox, and 1 bobcat. It was a profitable day for the winners, Johnson & Johnson.
Now we got first place, and I kind of gave it away, but everybody knew anyway. 7 coyotes, Charlie Johnson and Charles Johnson, father and son team, hunting over by Newberry, and we got the whole $700 in cash for them so they can buy gas on the way home.
Well, if you missed this hunt, there's still several others coming up. The Keweenaw Predator Hunt, based out of Copper Harbor, will be held from Friday, February 17th through Sunday, the 26th. There's no entrance fee, and there's a $5 bounty on each coyote brought in. First prize is a rifle. Any legal method is allowed, and there's a free lunch for folks all day Sunday at the Tamarack in Copper Harbor. For more information, call Bill at 906-289-4522. And the Ontonagon Valley Sportsman's Club will be holding a Predator Roundup Thursday, February 23rd through Sunday, February 26th. There's a $25 entrance fee, $500 for first place, $350 for second, and $200 for third. The headquarters will be at Hoppy's Bar in Kenton. For more information, call 906-988-2233. Well, coming up, a candid conversation with sportsman Ray Buck Johnson of Ishpeming. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Discovering. Well, during the past couple of weeks, I've been telling you about the DNR's proposed deer population quotas and what it means to hunters across the UP. Well, the DNR's been holding public hearings around the state, 7 of them in the Upper Peninsula, and the final ones are this week. Well, there's lots of hunters' dissatisfaction out there. Hunters are just unhappy with the way deer have been managed, and now they're speaking up. One group will be protesting the final Western UP meeting tomorrow night, Tuesday night, at the Don H. Bottom University Center on the campus of Northern Michigan University. They plan to let the DNR know their dissatisfaction. One of those hunters is Ray Buck Johnson of Ishpeming.
Yeah, we do. You know, we've been hearing the same thing. Everybody is just fed up. They've had it. They're seeing the traditions and the heritage of the UP just going to the wayside. You can't bring a kid out hunting anymore. Guys are having such dissatisfaction. They're going to other states, other countries to do their hunting. The state is losing millions in revenue. People don't come here anymore. Everything's just falling apart. There's no small game. There's no deer. It's just a terrible situation, and it has to be turned around. And the people with this protest are just trying to make a statement that we are to wit's end. We've had it. You've got to work with us. If not, we're going to go political. We're going to do anything we can. We need to get something changed. We haven't seen anything in 20 years that have helped the game in the UP.
Well, especially the deer herd, we know that the habitat is a serious problem up here.
Yeah, habitat is a big problem. It is. But then again, you know, that's being overstated a little bit. The carrying capacity of the habitat up north, you can't carry near the deer you did in the 70s and 80s and some of the years when they were really prevalent, got high numbers. You can't do that. But right now, the habitat could carry 15, 20, 25% more deer up north than we're carrying right now. I mean, we fished that area in the spring 30 days straight in all the areas where they go up there and yard, and we do not find a single starved dead deer anymore. In the heavy days of population, we used to find them quite a bit. So they're not starving. We don't have enough deer up there to starve anymore.
What do you think the problem is? You know, I know supplemental feeding was banned, and you think that is playing a role in it?
Well, feeding would help a lot. I mean, if we don't have the habitat and we want to carry a few more deer, what is wrong with that? I mean, I think we should do that. But the other problem is we have had too many tags and there's too many predators. I mean, you have to face it. We got too many predators, and predators can be controlled with some help from the state. They can. And the population can be upped a little bit in some areas with doe tags and other tags. We have to cut one buck tag eventually here. It should be next year.
Well, I was going to just get to the list of things that really could help, and that is the elimination of the second buck law. We really need to know what people are hunting, what they're taking, so mandatory registration is important. We need to cut back on doe permits. Maybe we need to micromanage in some of these huge DMUs and manage a little closer where there are hot spots and where there are extreme cold spots.
Yeah, that would be a real good thing for them to do, is micromanage, because you just can't manage some of these DMUs with one set of laws for that big of an area. You know, they've actually lost control of management in some DMUs. The deer herd has been crashing and dropping for 6 years straight, say in DMU 007, and there's no doe tags up there. So how are they going to turn that around? They say they're going to turn it around. They want even 10% more deer in that area, but they have no means to do it, no means at all. And then they're setting us up for a big fall in all these new DMUs. We're very unhappy about these new DMUs. For example, again in 007, and this is many other DMUs too, but they've got 33,000 deer there right now. With this new DMU setup, they can have anywhere between 35 and 26,000 deer, which means they can drop that DMU population by 20 to 25%, and the people have no recourse till 2010. So these DMUs are just setting us up for another fall. It's not good. This new plan isn't going to work the way it's set up right now.
Well, everyone's been looking pretty closely at this, and I think this is the pivotal year to do something about it.
It is. I mean, it's time to take a stand, and this is not about my agenda. Some people think that it's not. This is the public's agenda. If you're unhappy with things in UP, this is your meeting. It's not my meeting. I have things I don't like too, but this is anybody's suggestions and feelings we need here.
Now you need some help from folks. Tell me about the demonstration that will take place Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to have a demonstration / protest at the DNR meeting on campus of Northern Michigan on Tuesday evening at from 6 to 8 o'clock is the protest, and it's just showing that we're not going along with the same old stuff again this year as we have for the past 20. We want a change, and we're more or less demanding a change.
You're going to attend the meeting, of course. Everyone will go into the meeting, so it sounds like there's going to be quite a crowd there tomorrow night.
Yes, I believe if everybody goes in that shows up, which they all should go in if they want to say something or try to say something and just show the power in numbers, I really feel we can put a few hundred, if not more, there, you know.
Well, you own a sports shop, so obviously you have seen the economic impact of especially this past deer season, where deer hunter numbers went way down.
Yeah, the economics is a big thing now. It's hurting not only just myself, but you talk about anybody along the 41, US 2, all the main corridors, gas station, restaurants, motels, bars, gift shops, goes on and on and on. And as that hurts those people, it hurts everybody in UP. It's a total economy package starts to fall apart, and that's what's starting to happen.
Again, that DNR hearing on deer population goals is 7 to 9 p.m. at the Don H. Bottom University Center on the campus of NMU. Well, that's just about it for this edition of Discovering. Until next week, this is Buck Levasseur saying, get out and enjoy the great winter outdoors.